Hey everybody, Feliz Dia de los Muertos. I just wanted to come on here really quickly and just show how to do a super basic altar because I think everybody should be able to put something up this year. And you don't have to have a lot of money or a lot of things. It's very simple. So I'll show you what makes an altar an altar. First thing you want to do is have a white cloth, perfectly white if you can, or another good option is a cloth like this, something in the color that you think is right. I also have an ancestor altar up this year, but I wanted to show you one that I could put on video because ancestor altars, in my experience, are something that I would recommend keeping private. So here we have one that's for Santa Muerte. And I consider altars not just a place to leave offerings, but it's also a place that is a dedicated teacher student kind of workspace. So that's kind of how I see altars, not as like a worship, but as a place where you can show gratitude to them for being your teacher and a place where you guys can talk. So let's get back to this one. So of course, first you need a white cloth. The white cloth is good because it elevates them. And then it also creates a boundary. So they know they're not supposed to go and take anything that's not on the white cloth. That's why having a boundary, a white cloth, is important. Or like I said, you could do a color. Here we have obviously tons of cempasúchil flowers going on. We love these for Dia de los Muertos because they help you find each other on the other sides of life, this ordinary world and the non-ordinary world, afterlife. So here in the bowl, I have some offerings to her. I've got a little bit of dried rose petals. I've got tobacco, which is like a grandfather spirit. Underneath, you can't see it, there's some corn, and all these are organic as much as I could. And then chocolate, because who doesn't love chocolate? And those ones, if you can see, if you consider it kind of like a compass, so you've got your south and north here, and then your east and west here, you want to put this one down here. And then I also have some apples for her. If I could put 13 of them, I would. These ones are super cute little ones that I got. She particularly likes apples. I usually give apples to someone that I consider a teacher because it works here in real world. Why wouldn't it work in non-ordinary world? So that's in the south. And then in the west over here is where you would have water. Now, fun story, this is not actually water. This is just straight up tequila. And it's so much. If you can see my hand next to it, you can see it so much. But you want to put water in the west for your ancestors. But for her, I put some tequila. And then I have a cool cup. I'm actually going to put... I have to dress it and take this thing off, but I thought it was a cool mug for her. I found it at a thrift store, and I'm going to probably put some offerings in here and then maybe a glass of water a little bit later. But I did put tequila, so there's something water on the west. And when you do your ancestor altar, I would recommend doing water in a glass. And you'll see when the ancestors come, there'll be some bubbles. Then... the next thing is in the east side here, we've got the flame. So I've got a candle with her on it, but you're more than welcome to use just a white candle. It's perfect. And honestly, it can be a scented candle, doesn't matter. Just make sure you put it on this side. For your ancestor altar, the next thing that you're going to need is a little bell. So the bell tells them now it's time to come. And of course, you can garnish with any other stuff that you'd like. Sometimes I even put personal items like purses or a lipstick that they used to use. My grandmother loved a very specific type of cigarettes, so I use those for her too. But the final step is when you leave the house or you're done with the altar is always make sure you put it out. If you got one of these... that's perfect. Here, let's do a thank you. I always like to thank them and let them know I'll be coming back. Thank you. I kind of watch the smoke too leave. That's also a really fun part. And yeah, thank them and let them know you're coming back. And if you have to blow it out, make sure you tell them that before you blow it out. Okay. Enjoy. and happy Dia de los Muertos. I hope this helps out. The last thing I would recommend, if you're doing an altar for your ancestors, when you're done with all the stuff, the candy, the biodegradable apples, things like that, don't eat any of it. If you can, try to bury it in the earth. Compost is a great one. And then if you're using cempasúchil flowers, these marigolds, you are more than welcome to take the petals out and put them in a mason jar and let them dry out. And then once they're dry, you can seal it with a lid. I'll show a video on how to do that soon. Okay, have a good time with your ancestor altar, Dia de los Muertos altars. All right, I'll see you on the next one. Bye.